Hey everybody, Pastor Sam here with your verse of the day for Gospel Gunslingers. I'm accompanied by General Villa, the Generalissimo. He's got his pistol up. He's riding to liberate his nation. We'll take a closer look. I'm going to read you your verse right off. We are in Hebrews, and let's start with chapter 1, 7, and 8, then we'll go to 2, 5. And of the angels he, God, saith, who maketh his angels spirits and his ministers a flame of fire. But unto the Son he saith, Thy throne, O God, is forever and ever. A scepter of righteousness is the scepter of thy kingdom. There's a lot in Hebrews 1 about the deity of the Lord Jesus Christ, his preeminence, his superiority to all of the created realms. It's really worth reading very carefully and incorporating into one's theology. But then this continues over in the second chapter, and it talks about our nature as the sons of the living God. And it says here, For unto the angels hath he not put in subjection the world to come, whereof we speak. And then in verse 6 it talks about man and the mystery of man, how amazing it is that God has looked upon man and given man ability to rule and to reign. And this is something that's been eroded in our life and our society. In these decades, in these few centuries where we've forgotten about these great heroes, we've also forgotten about being made in the image of God and our responsibility to rule and reign. All right, let's go around this way, be able to see all the angles. You know, even Oral Roberts turned to Mexico to build his praying hands that are outside of the university in Tulsa, Oklahoma. There were only two nations of the world that can make a bronze like that, Italy and Mexico. So he commissioned, molded after his own hands for that work to be constructed in Mexico. Isn't that beautiful? His hat's flying, the horse's mane and tail are flying as he rides into battle. And you know what? He could have been killed. His revolutionaries could have been killed, at least fighting for their own homeland. But within 1 year, they drove their tyrant, their despotic, Roman-backed, European-backed, falsely elected, election fraud president, Porfirio Diaz, out of the nation. Within 1 year, we can do it. The Mexicans can do it. The Venezuelans can do it. I hope everybody's supporting your Venezuelan freedom fighters. A lot of people got a really bad attitude that anybody would go in and fight for their own homeland and maybe get a little bit of advice from an American gospel gunslinger. Well, guess what? We're the best in the world. We invented this. We invented it. The British kind of led the way, but then they went back to Europe and went back to Rome. And it was the US of A. It was the original colonies that perfected the art of the gospel gunslinger and the science, the doctrine, and the theology. Let's not depart from it now, huh? You know, Soros goes into all these countries with armies, with plane loads of mercenaries, with little green men, with troublemakers. Nobody cares. He's not in jail. He's not in cuffs. They're not making fun of him on the Associated Press. Who are they making fun of? A couple of Americans. One of them's Texan. We might just go out and show some support in his hometown of Austin, Texas. Show the world that there are many of us and that we believe in fighting for the right to rule and to reign and to depose tyrants. So we'll see how all that shakes down, but you see our responsibility is clear from the book of Hebrews. I'm Pastor Sam. That's your verse of the day for Gospel Gunslingers.